Hey there, welcome back to Sea Power. Today, Operation Iron Will. US forces are underway in the Arabian Gulf during the Tanker Wars, a period of ongoing hostilities between Iraq, Iran and the United States. Task Force 55.7's mission is to protect neutral shipping in the area and deter enemy action by a presence mission. US forces are operating in a high-threat area with Iran and Iraq air and surface vessels engaged in combat operations throughout the area. Any potential mistake or false identification could cause escalation of conflict and bring US forces into direct conflict at a moment's notice. So what is our mission? Well, we are to conduct presence operations to deter the Iranian forces, and we are to develop an RMP and RAP of Iranian forces in the area. Now, I had to Google that. RAP is probably not Recruiter Assistance Program, and RMP is not the Royal Military Police, so I don't really know what we're doing here. The mission could have been written a little clearer, at least for me. Alright, what are we facing? Iranian forces continue to operate in the area. We are looking at Iranian attack air operating in routine patrols, frigates in the area. We have the Merrill, the Rent, the Elrod, and Knights 11 and 12 in the form of F-15s. Vincennes and company are operating with high tensions in the vicinity of Bandar Abbas. Last known Iranian attack on merchant shipping was on July 2nd. It's now July 3rd. Alright, let's get in there. So, what do we have available? Good lord, that's a lot of contacts. That is a lot of contacts. Hold on for a second. We also supposedly have a couple of F-15s, but I'm not seeing those. Maybe they'll join later. So, what exactly is around us? There's one merchant. There's a visual large, but apparently we still don't know exactly what it is. It's somewhere behind us. Over to our west, we have what seems to be two aircraft. Could be merchants, like civilians, but I don't know yet. Over to the northeast, we have a semi-small, a medium, two aerial contacts at an altitude of 10,000 feet, doing 731 knots. That's fast. Most likely military. I'm not sure exactly if they're hostile yet. We're also looking at two more birds there. Yeah, I'm going to forgo MCON and we're going to radiate everything. Okay, so what do I get? I get this Spruance class destroyer. And then I get the Rents and the Elrod, which are both Oliver Hazard Perrys, giving me quite a substantial number of missiles, so that's nice to have. Alright, let's get the S-70B up. Yes, I know, normally you're not supposed to have the S-70B in this mission, because this is part of a mod that I'm still running. Some ships have been upgraded with the S-70B. And the Spruance and the Perrys are some of those. I'm launching these to try and get some aerial, clearer picture and see exactly what we're looking at. Because I'm not so sure everybody is eager to talk to me. Let's see what they have. Refuses to comply. Does not respond. Agrees to comply. It's a trawler. Hello. 557. This is Night 1, Night 2. That's, sorry, Night 11 and Night 12. Those are the guys that are the F-15s. Checking in, stayed green at Angels 37 at the southwest, ready for tasking. That's nice. Here are the American aircraft. 4 Sparrows, 4 Sidewinders. Yeah, we can make something happen. We can make something happen. I'm going to keep those fairly close to my to my surface units, because I don't exactly know what they're going to do. Now, let's see who else wants to chat. Agrees to comply. You're a fighter. You're an Iranian F-14. Interesting livery. Armed with Sparrows. 4 of them. And 4 Sidewinders by the looks of it. Okay. So at least we know that those need to be ideally eliminated by not my aircraft, but my ships. This visual contact's doing 10 knots behind me. I don't consider them that big of a problem. I don't think that they're going to be that... Well, they're not that likely to really be a threat. But hey, you can of course present yourself as a warship and only do 10 knots to try and hide as a civilian. Let's get the S-70B up. Are you ready yet? Almost. I'm going to do a visual inspection on 7003 and 2 to figure out what that is. Let's also launch the S-70B here. That's going to be the anti-ship. Launch. S-70B popping into existence. Of course I can also use the F-15s. I don't know what or if there are any anti-air threats that I need to worry about here. For now, don't think so. But I'd rather be a little cautious with my F-15s and not immediately start poking into enemy airspace. Alright, what's your current altitude? Let's go to 1000.
Roger, go to altitude.
Turn on your radar.
Surface search on.
Oh, there's more of you.
Multiple surface
Agrees to comply. It's a combatant. Commander, there's been an incident with the USS Vincennes in the vicinity of Bandar Abbas. A civilian airliner has been shot down with complete loss of life. Wasn't that the Vincennes' own doing? Assess that Iran is preparing forces for a retaliatory attack. At any moment, continue northwest at best speed to Point Romeo to exit the threat area.
Track 7012.
Point Romeo.
Neutral warship. New surface.
Not found.
Contact detected.
Okay, who else is willing to chat? You're a merchant. Probably makes you a merchant. I'm thinking you're part of this little formation. You're not... Well, you are willing to talk. Fishing boat. Okay, good. So we're starting to clear up the picture a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these guys are going to turn hostile. Especially this guy over here. Which carries... harpoons? Yeah, harpoons. 4 of them. Shouldn't be terribly difficult to keep them off of my ships. I think we got enough missilery to do that. There's probably... Well, I don't know. It's 340 knots. It seems fast for an airliner. Does not respond. Okay. I don't know what Point Romeo is. Maybe that's a zone that's going to get revealed later. For now, we'll just have to continue on our current course. Doing 22 knots. What are we going to do about ASW? Let's just deploy it preemptively. We are doing 22 knots. I rather doubt we'll actually get any detections. But rather try and get something and get lucky than have a torpedo suddenly crash into my ship. Let's say we're going to set a perimeter 10 miles. It's typically where submarines become a problem. Another neutral warship, huh? Ah, okay, it's an Alvand. Yeah, an Alvand is armed with Sea Killer 2. That's an anti-surface active radar homing missile. And presently, they're too far away to be a problem. Beyond that, I'm not really seeing much that they can hurt me with. That's an anti-air weapon. Oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. People, what happened? There's Point Romeo. These boys just went hostile. And these guys just started launching harpoons. Fine. 2 can play at that game. What is your counter capability? Nothing. Yours is going to be that GWS-20, the Sea Cat. Meaning that you can barely defend your friend. And generally those missiles only have, or those launchers have 3 missiles. You only got 1. And that means if I fire like 6 harpoons at these 2 targets, that ought to do the trick. Given the fact that this guy has those quad pods, I think we'll be able to get some missiles on targets pretty quick. If I do it with the OHPs, it's going to be a little different. Let's say 2 missiles there, 4 missiles to the Alvand. Now, those vampires coming in are harpoons. We should be able to see them fairly soon, especially since the range isn't that far. Yeah, he just sent all of his missiles. Okay. Those F-14s are now coming in a hurry. I'm going to kite them over my over my ships. Because I would much rather engage these birds with a standard missile than try and engage them into a dogfight when I don't strictly have to. I'm going to pull back the S-70B here preemptively. Gotta be a little careful there. Here come the missiles. What else are the Iranians going to throw at me? Course 193. That looks suspiciously like they're going to try and hit me. Classify hostile. Alright. I'm going to turn you loose. Weapons free. If I did it right, my ships will not actually engage. Yeah, they will not auto-attack surface ships, so I have that off. And with that, I can just let them loose. And they will start to shoot down those incoming units. Those incoming birds. We're also unleashing our own RIM 7s as well as standard missiles to go after their harpoons. So far, we've intercepted just one. 2. The missiles are a higher priority than the aircraft coming in. Because I really don't want to have one of my ships get knocked out by a harpoon. Go on, get in there. You got Sea Whiz, right? Yeah, starboard side. Intercepted. Negative. This is gonna get close. Got one. One left. Nope, I don't like this one bit. Pretend you don't exist. This is getting awfully close. Awfully close. No. Ooh, thank you, Sea Whiz. Job well done. Engage. 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 What? More vampires? What? Which ones? Oh. There's something throwing harpoons here. Okay. Interesting. I don't know that there's anything out there. Alright, these F-14s are dead. I was going to say trying to hunt down my helicopter. Ooh, boy. Turn. Turn. Got him. F-14 toast. Very good. We already managed to nail the combatant. And we are now chasing chaff clouds. Isn't that delightful? We did, however, get at least a few missiles in on the Alvand. And we got those additional missiles coming in. That could be a problem. That missile got very close to the Merrill. I don't like that one bit. Sparrows have bad range. Standard missiles, much better. Weapons free. Elrod, weapons free. Engage those F-14s or whatever they are with a vengeance.
Roger, turn 292.
Should be in range momentarily. Got a range of 24/7, 25/4, 25/3, 25/4. There we go. Missile loading. Missile away.
Track 7009.
I'm not so sure what these are. They're flying in fairly low. They could be bombers. 3,000 feet. I think they're too slow to be F-14s. So that's going to make it oh! Okay. Not bombers then, huh? Dangerous nonetheless. And here come the rest of the harpoons. Switch to weapons tight. Priority is not the aircraft. Priority is the incoming missiles. Work on that. What was that? An A6? No, an F4. Iranian F4. And by the looks of it, they're still going to try and hunt down my helicopters.
Birds away, track 7. Splash track 7.
Oh boy. It's going to come down to Sea Whiz again. Come on. Any day of the week. Oh, that ain't good. Merrill took a hit. And it knocked out nothing? Just the SPG-60? Which is... Oh, hold on. That was a harm. An anti-radiation missile. Oh, splash that. What is the SPG-60? It's not... Huh? It's not even listed as a damaged system? The SBS-40 is my air and surface search. Is this it? Is that what they destroyed? I have no idea. I'm very confused. How are we doing with the rims? Oh crap, we're reloading for the next 26 minutes. That's a problem. So Seawiz is once again going to have to save the day. Chaff is going to be reloading for 19 seconds. By that time, we might have some other issues. Seawiz, standing by. I do not want to get a very close visit by a harpoon. We have intercepted another one. There's two going for the rents. Intercepted another one. Oh, pop-up phase. Nail it. That's gonna hurt. Ay. Damage report. Fire, flooding, navigation radar is out. ASRock is out. Seawiz has been damaged but functional. This F4 is doing a fucking strafing run? What the hell? Can you not? I mean, it makes for a pretty picture, but... Don't. Now you're free to engage. Weapons free. I'm concerned about the state of the Merrill. Because that damage can rage out of control. They set a fire with a strafing run? Okay. Yeah, we got... Yeah, it's raging out of control. We got two really bad fires on bow compartments. We got a medium one amidships. Yeah, that's potentially going to be the end of the Merrill. I'm not sure if she's mission critical. We'll just have to see about that. See how well she does. If she does go down, I still got the Rens and the Elrod. Oh, at least my helo survived.
Roger, go to altitude.
Go to 3.
Go to altitude.
Go to 3.
Roger, turn 009.
Ship's down to 5 knots. 6 knots. 10 knots. Oh, secondary explosion. Yeah, she's fucked. She's not gonna recover from that one bit. Even if she is, she's essentially useless. Most of her weapon systems have been destroyed. So that's unfortunate about the Merrill.
Contact detected.
I want you to investigate that meager over there.
033.
It's doing 2 knots. I think it's the fishing boat. I would just really like to know for sure. Oh, the Rents was hit?
Abandoning ship.
Moreover, the Rents is dead. Long live the
Turn to
Rents.
course 290.
Well,
Hell
at
mine.
this rate, we're only going to have the Elrod. Yep, the Elrod's the only surviving ship.
Turn to course 289.
Nice.
Hell mine.
Great work so far. Are we going to be expecting
New
any
air.
further
Contact detected.
presence?
New surface. Contact detected.
What are you?
Roger. Turn 317. Surface search
Oh,
on. Roger.
there's a
Turn
lot more to explore.
344. New air.
We got
Contact
penguins,
detected.
and I know that missiles came from generally this direction. So I can send one whole penguin after a target. I just need to figure out who's who in the zoo. Of course, nobody's willing to talk. Do we know where they are precisely? Because I'd rather not fly into an air defense.
5, 6.
We should be over by 030. No eyes on. What is that? Oh! Aggressive.
7,
Shoot.
track 7054. Whip it away.
Excellent. Now get the hell out.
Roger. Turn
RTB, yeah, 20 feet please.
altitude.
Before you find yourself at the bottom. This is 76, I think. Yep. Rapid fire.
On station.
I'm not sure if one penguin is really going to do it. But then again, these ships aren't that big. So maybe we can get some revenge. However, the fact that I lost a destroyer and a frigate, and they basically lost nothing so far. Well, yeah, okay, I took out these two. We gotta even up the scores, because this is not looking great. Do you still have a helicopter out there? Anti-ship strike, please. He's not doing anything about it. Well, that's going to be the end of you then. Okay, let's go check it out. Radio routine active. I want to know what this is. Fishing boat. Glad I didn't missile that one. Alright, doing 23 knots, it's fine. Unfortunately, you are fresh out of ships to land on. In Sea Power, you can kind of juggle with your ships. You can have, for example, this helicopter now leave the ship. And as long as it's up there, the Elrod actually has a parking space available. So I can rebase this helicopter. And that should do it. Rebase it. Nope. Won't let me rebase the Elrod. I guess they patched that out. That's unfortunate. That means you, my friends, don't really have anywhere to land. We're gonna just park you out in Saudi Arabia, I guess. And hope that we get a friendly welcome. Maybe go up a little higher, 1,000 feet. We're no longer under threat. At least not presently. Whoa, 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 what the fuck? Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a lot of bog hammers. Bog hammers aren't terribly dangerous, but in swarms, they're not fun. Assume everything's a threat. If they're coming in like that, yes. I only got them on visual. And this one got picked up on radar. They're doing 36 knots and coming in a hurry. Okay, let's start sending harpoons after that. A harpoon against a bog hammer is, well, potential slight overkill, but under these conditions, I don't really care. Okay, you got plenty of threats, plenty of targets, get onto it. Range? 5 miles for that MLRS. I'm not sure how the harpoons are going to be behaving with small targets this close together. So we'll just have to wait and see if we can actually hit them. Just to be sure, we'll also send a penguin after them. Good work. Yeah, you can RTB. It's fine. We're gonna. We're not gonna launch the other helicopter, I guess, because that's this guy. New air. Friend or foe? Oh, it's the guy up there. Not that big of a deal right now. I'm gonna buy myself some time before these bastards race up to my position. Let's see. For now, the weapon seekers seem to be doing what I want them to do. If it doesn't, we still have standard missiles. It's just that I don't think we can really hit them yet. Because my fire control radar can't target that low. Although they're only 19 miles out. Maybe we can make something happen. Here comes the wave. Here comes the wave. Hello. Of course, these things really only have boom. A 12.7 to defeat any incoming missiles, if they want to try that, that is. I think the missile in this case might have been... Oh, crap. I hope this sinks fairly quickly. Because apparently multiple harpoons have locked onto it. Ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire. We've still got 3 harpoons left. We have hit track 7060. Yeah, that's another bog hammer. I think it's properly gone after being hit by 2 harpoons. You're gonna target the dead bog hammer. There's still a live one. Oh, but they lost their formation leader, so the game doesn't know what to do about them. Isn't that nice? Okay, send a standard missile after standard missile after that one. And that is hoping I'm not really gonna have to fight additional air threats, because I don't have that many missiles left. Oh, this is gonna be a good one. Thank you. This is also gonna go for the far right one, northeast. 104 knots. What is this? Aquaplaning? Hydrofoil? I understand that he wants to retreat, but doing 199 miles in reverse is something, or knots, is something I have not yet seen. Better get this guy fast, because he can He's going to be faster than a harpoon at this rate. What's going on? 350 knots. What the hell?
Roger. Turn 277.
436. What? I have seen some weird shit in sea power. This is different. This is different. Oh. Okay. Assess all IRN vessels in your media facility are disabled or damaged. I'm not sure what to make of this. Oh, he's dead. Okay. 557 is ordered to withdraw towards Bahrain and wait further orders. Yes. I was planning that, actually.
308. Hell my.
Now he's doing 620 knots. Forward. Ish. What the hell is going on? 700 knots? This is secret Iranian technology. This is something else. What is this tech you got there? I think it's called a bug, but I do like to kind of stay in character like that.
On station.
1200 knots. I wonder when my game is gonna crash.
New air. Contact detected.
Oh, he's kind of topping out at 1700 knots. What is he gonna do when he hits shore? He doesn't care about such things. Okay. Anyway, let's get Elrod to Romeo, and that should be that.
New surface.
I think there
contact
isn't
detected.
that much more that we need to worry about. There isn't that much more to do.
New air.
We might still be
Contact
picking up that
detected.
air contact intermittently, but I'm not picking up any surface ships
New
anymore.
air. Contact detected.
Doesn't mean they're not there. That's always a threat. Doesn't mean they're not there. Increase the flank.
Ahead flank. Maneuvering eye.
Thankfully, the rest of the journey was indeed uneventful, and, well, the only surviving frigate, the Elrond, actually made it over. But who actually won this one? I'd say the Iranians. Given the fact that the Merrill and the Rents are now down at the bottom, we did score some revenge kills against the Boghammer. We got the Alvin and the Combatant, another Combatant, but I don't think it really adds up to the price of a destroyer and a frigate. So, in this case, well, GG to Iran. I guess they played well enough. As for my aircraft, I completely forgot about those. I was so busy trying to manage my ships, I completely forgot about the F-15. So apologies for that. Some things get missed in the heat of battle. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what your thoughts are down below, and I'll see you soon for more.